Happy Valentine's Day from your friends at Thoughts from the Bench.
From the
So
three
welcome
dudes I
back to
spend
another.
more time with than my wife.
That was the intro.
Oh,
Too
too late
in the
now.
video now.
Too
It
late.
has to be in the video.
Yeah, it's in there.
Well, welcome back to another episode of Morning Thoughts. With me, as always, is Josh Elsass. And then good morning, Mac.
I woke up today, guys.
I'm so proud of you. I love when you wake up. It's my favorite.
I gotta get out of bed early today.
Well, mainly I'm glad you woke up because of your story at the Phoenix Open.
Yeah, right. I bet that got you a little excited, ready to start your day on a Friday morning.
Yeah, rushing to drink beer on the 16th hole is amazing.
See, but we had to wait 2 hours so we could get a beer. At least 2 hours.
Yeah, but I mean, people were drunk from the night before.
Yeah, but I wasn't.
That's your own fault. Should have prepared better.
True. You're all right.
On today's Morning Thoughts, we will cover everything that we want to cover, and there's nothing you can say about it. So, Josh, let's get into it.
Last week on the bench, what were some of your favorite articles from this week? I feel like we had a good bunch.
So
Some
we had a
really
ton of
important
articles this week,
topics.
yeah. For me personally, I love the mocks. Everyone, Mac, are you dropping one today?
Yeah, I'm dropping. There's two. There's Dre is dropping one today, and then Malik is dropping one today.
Yeah. I tried to avoid it, but Dre and Malik, Malik sent me his Wednesday. But anyways, I enjoy the mock drafts. Those are my favorite part of Thoughts from the Bench. Draft season is upon us. Mock season is upon us. I think by far the most interesting mock draft we have is Benny Bucket selecting Jalen Hurts in the first round, which, hey, I'm all for it. Did you see I took an Arizona State guy in the first round?
Oh, yeah. My guy.
Love
My
him.
guy.
Big guy.
Oh yeah. He's gonna go places. I think that the Bills have targeted him actually as well because they thought of him as like a late second, third round guy. Need a wide receiver. So when I saw that in the mock draft, I was a little excited. And some other mock drafts at least because I think he's gonna be pretty solid.
I think every mock had the Bills taking a receiver.
Yeah. 100%. And the main ones that I've seen is T. Higgins if he falls that late. Brooksy had him going to the Eagles right before.
Mm-hmm.
So it just depends if he falls, but I think they're definitely going wide receiver in the first round. If not, probably going maybe like an edge rusher, or maybe even an offensive lineman. We'll see, but be interesting to see what they do.
What was your favorite blog of the week?
I'd probably have to go with all the Tom Brady speculation articles because
There's so many.
It's the main topic right now.
I wrote two on my own, so
yeah. I mean, where is he gonna go? Is I think the main question in a lot of sports right now. Because I mean, honestly, like for me, I can't see him in any other jersey other than a New England Pacers jersey. Like I really can't. Like I don't. I think he's gonna go out there and. I mean, from what I read in a couple ESPN articles and things like that, is that they're basically just allowing him to see how much he is worth.
Yeah.
And then going from there pretty much. So, like, I could see him going out and getting offers and just seeing if the Patriots can match it. But, like, I honestly can't see him going anywhere else.
Josh, where do you think Tom Brady will end up? Because the interesting one, just to buy you some time, because I know that's like there's 32 options. I can't stand all the people saying the Chargers. Because if you think Tom Brady's going to play behind a line that destroyed Philip Rivers' career.
Yeah. I feel like the situation needs to be perfect for him because like he needs a line in front of him. He's not mobile. He can't run around. He can't get around. Like I think the Colts is honestly, I think the Colts is a good option that has
Jenkins in a jalopy.
Yeah, that hasn't really been thrown out there. And then I mean, I don't think he's like I honestly don't see him going anywhere else other than the Patriots.
What about like a team that has like a middling quarterback but has really good pieces around him, like a Minnesota or like
Tennessee.
Mm-hmm. Like my first thought was Cleveland, but Tom's smarter than that. He would never go there. But like something like that where all those pieces are already in place. It's just they need that guy to come in and throw these sick bombs.
I don't. It's interesting because like I would love to see him in Minnesota. I would love to see him in Tennessee. And I wrote in the article of guys that are going to replace Brady. Like Brady, the whole can't throw downfield thing is a real conversation. Like who knows if he can because he just doesn't try. So
Yeah.
you get a Kirk Cousins and a Ryan Tannehill who have proven they can throw downfield. They're just not like better than Tom Brady. I don't know. It's interesting, man, because it's Tom Brady will have to find literally a situation where he thinks, wow, I'm going to win 4 more Super Bowls here to leave the Patriots.
Yeah. But like I don't see him playing more than 2. Like I can see him playing one more year.
50.
I don't see it. I don't see it. No way. No way.
You're not a Brady believer?
No. I hate Tom Brady. I just don't see it. I don't think that's possible for anyone to play until they're 50 years old. Especially if he goes somewhere where he's not protected as much as he was in New England. I mean, like, think of all the times he's been hit hard over the course of his career. There's not many times.
No.
Where he's been like laid out.
No, great point. It's great point.
Send him to Dallas.
Like, imagine if he goes 1 year and he just like gets smacked around. Like, he's not gonna last that long.
Yeah, I want to see him cry.
Yeah, me too.
Like, is Cincinnati an option?
No, because they are in like almost full rebuild mode.
Yeah, he definitely wants to go somewhere where he can win.
Minnesota's a great place.
Agreed.
Yeah, I mean they have that's one that I haven't heard yet.
And he gets to play inside, which, in all honesty, could help keep him around that 3rd season.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as cool as their division is, like the Bears, I don't think are that great, and the Lions not that great. And you play against Matt Patricia's defense, which you're well aware of, and you get to play Aaron Rodgers twice a year to state if you're better than Aaron Rodgers or not.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of interesting places out there for him to land.
Sorry, my light is like freaking out.
Yeah, it looks like you're being attacked by ghosts.
My favorite article was when Denny said Liverpool was going to win the first round of the Champions League. We're moving on to Astros scandal.
So the bigger news about this is that we touched it on 2 Beers Deep last night. The Astros owner basically came out and he said they're apologizing because they're breaking the rules, but their cheating did not give them an advantage.
Yes.
Which I tweeted out. That is like playing someone in Madden when they're on Pro and you're on All Madden and they still talk shit.
Yeah.
Like, shut up.
Like, I think yesterday was an example of how, like, a PR approach of how not to handle it. Yeah. I think the way Brooksy put it in the Slack. Like, it's just the stupidest stuff possible. Like, I saw the video and, like, I didn't want to believe it at first. Like, oh, yeah. Yep. We cheated, but it didn't have any effect on the outcome of the World Series. Are you serious? Like,
then why'd you cheat?
Like, really? He's like, oh, yeah, we just had a really good team. Yeah, you had a really good team because you were cheating and you were stealing signs and you were able to hit the crap out of the ball at home. Like, it's I saw that and I was just like, you got to be kidding me. Like, this is – I hate that. Like, I liked the Astros a little bit before. Definitely hate them now.
What if I like them more now?
Why would you like them more now? Explain.
Because I love the cheating.
Yeah, because they cheated and they know it, and they're like, "What are you gonna do about it?"
Exactly.
We already got in trouble. Like, take our draft picks. We have a pennant.
They literally don't care.
Away. They're just like, and
there should have been somebody hitting a trash can as he was saying that yesterday.
Now, when he started saying things that were incorrect, or he was like, "Yeah, we cheated. You should heard." Dong,
dong,
dong.
Dong.
Oh. Yeah, no, we did not cheat. It didn't help. Dong, dong. Oh, it definitely helped. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, like, the thing is that I don't know if you guys have, like, read any more into it, like, earlier this week at all, but, like, the Washington Post came out with an article that basically said it was started, but, like, you know, like Alex Cora was made the scapegoat and Carlos Beltran was made the scapegoat when everything first came out. But there was a Washington Post article that came out that basically said that the front office developed the whole, like, code breaker system, and that it was installed before Beltran and Cora were even there. And so, like, there's all these new storylines that are coming out involved with it. And then this whole thing happens yesterday where, like, they're like, oh, yeah, I don't think we cheated.
Well, the interesting thing for me, and I asked Gregors this last night, is how pissed are you if you're a teammate last year of the Astros when they were cheating, like Musgrove for the Pirates.
Yeah.
Like, you're telling me that Chris Archer doesn't feel some type of way that Musgrove never said, hey, just to let you know, like, they know our pitches, so we should do, like, what is the deal they struck up with their former basically players to keep them quiet until the one guy whistle blew?
Well, it was funny because there was a story on The Athletic yesterday, and it was about Chris Archer pitching in Houston in, I think, August of 2017, and this was when he was with the Tampa Bay Rays, and he threw. I think he won a game. It was like they won like a 6-4 game, and he had like 6 shutout innings or something like that. But in the 7th or 8th inning, they hit like 1 or 2 home runs off of him. I can't remember. And I guess a player from the Astros, an anonymous player, he didn't name him, called him after the game, and it was like, "Hey, you were pitching you were tipping your pitches. You were like basically telling us what you were throwing, but in fact, like they were like stealing signs. They knew what was coming."
Why would you?
Yeah, and so the whole point of the article is that he was pissed that this player called him and told him he was tipping pitches, but in reality he wasn't tipping pitches. He was.
So they were probably just doing that to try to cover their tracks of why they did so well.
I would assume so, yes.
But then you get into the conversation of like, would this have? And I forget the guy's name who went to the A's that whistle blew.
Mike Fiers.
Yeah. Like the conversation then is if he goes to any other team where he's not facing the Astros as much, is he still raising the flag on it?
Yeah. I think he did it for. Like in all the articles that I've read, it's been like widely known that the Astros cheat. It's just a matter of it's not like out there in like the public atmosphere, if you know what I mean. But like that's an interesting question. Like, what actually kind of caused him to come out and tell everything. Interesting. I don't know.
It'd be like finding out. So, like, let's say Ovechkin breaks Ovi's record in the next 3 years, or Ovechkin breaks Gretzky's record in the next 3 years, and then you find out he was on the gas the entire time. That somehow makes me like him more.
Do you like the cheating, Josh?
Oh, I'm all about it, man. Catch them. Stop them. You know what I mean? Like, do something. Cheat back. If you know they're cheating, cheat back.
I mean, no, like that's like saying it that way is actually a good point. Like, because everyone like had a feeling or knew or like it was widely speculated that the Astros were cheating. And in I think it was this past World Series, the Nationals were like changing up their signs like every other inning or something like that. Like they had 5 different sets of like signs or something like that for the pitchers, and it worked out for them. So I mean, like if you know something's going on, you got to counteract it somewhere.
Right. I mean, there's a million ways to get around them stealing the numbers underneath the catcher's crotch. Like figure something else out.
Yeah.
Because like pitchers are standing literally facing away from the catcher. Have him get his signals from the third baseman instead or something. You know what I mean? Like
give the pitcher a drum.
To throw at the batter.
Yeah. One is a fastball. Gong.
Yeah.
All you hear is just gong, 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 gong.
All right. This week, Cleveland Browns defensive lineman Myles Garrett was reinstated after being suspended for the rest of the season.
I was so happy to just talk about this topic, and then he had to double down to Mina Kimes that Mason Rudolph is a racist. Like, okay.
I didn't hear that part.
I just read it this morning. He doubled down and said, I heard what I heard, and it was apparently on their initial grab and like takedown.
Yeah.
There's like 3 key issues I have with that entire claim. One is that he continues to say he never wanted it to be a public thing.
Yeah.
Which, like, Myles Garrett is a very educated and very smart human, and he, in that approach, would assume that he understands the implications of what Mason Rudolph's life would be after if he raised that flag on TV.
Yeah.
2, which, like, don't agree with. Because if you're going to say that word when the entire league is an African-American and black, yeah, you should be called out. 2, he waited forever to say it, which maybe he was, again, he's a very smart, calculated individual, so maybe he was waiting for the court hearings, but I would be saying it in the interview after, because that justifies.
Yeah,
maybe not
that justifies why you did it.
Yeah, and then 3, you literally, Myles Garrett was completely wiped clean of this situation with this reinstatement, in my opinion. Like, for me, I always took the stance, if the NFL didn't want this to happen again, they should ban him and have him file for reinstatement, because this is something that cannot happen. But with this whole situation, Mason and the Steelers said they moved on. The Browns said they moved on. Everyone said they moved on. And then Myles goes out, does an interview where he doubles down on it. And if it's true, obviously I would hope that something would, happen. But like, this whole situation was over. And now again, this is the only thing that Myles Garrett and Mason Rudolph will ever be known for. I don't think, like, it just blows my mind.
Can I paint a different picture for you?
Yeah.
So the Steelers have a quarterback that they believe is their future. The Rooneys are one of the most storied owners in sports history. They sit on the Goodell board, and the Browns are an embarrassment to the league, and Myles Garrett has been disciplined before. If you are Roger Goodell, who do you want to protect? The guy who's drumming up other racial problems inside of your league, or the storied franchise and the owner who puts money in your pocket?
What do you mean by protect, I guess? But yeah, I mean the Steelers and your
if nobody is saying anything, like let's say he did actually say it, okay, and the NFL is trying to sweep it under the rug, right? Just like they did.
Oh, you mean they're trying to sweep the Mason Rudolph claim under the rug?
Right.
I would be too. Honest reason being that I said this to a Cleveland Brown fan that continues to say it happened. You can tell me that I can get literal audio bites from Marquise Pouncey slipping a fart on a 4th and 1, but I can't get any. Nobody was mic'd up in that situation. You have boom mics on the sidelines, and nobody could hear any word of a whisper of that situation. Which, I mean, hey, you can't hear everything, but in your point, like, it's kind of similar. Like, it's something that you can attach to Mason to then give a different perspective on this situation. And now Mason has that attachment for the rest of his life.
Yeah. I don't know. Like,
Josh, I like your point.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a good point. I mean, I honestly think he's coming back a little earlier than, I expected. Like, I mean, he served a 6-game suspension. And so, like, is that the new standard for people in the NFL who swing a helmet at someone and hit him on the head? Like,
attempted murder.
Like a 6-game suspension, that's all he's going to get? Like, I just think that's absolutely ridiculous. Like, 6 games for swinging a helmet. That's, like, just because it was one season? Like, I don't understand. Like, I felt like that he would have got suspended at least a couple more games.
So Aaron Hernandez should have only sat out a season.
Aaron Hernandez was never coming back because he was in jail. He didn't try to kill someone on the field.
I don't know. If that's the standard, 6 months for trying.
And then oh man. Well, they waited at least till Ray Lewis retired to give him.
Bust him.
But then the other incident that, comes out of this whole thing is that there have been players in the past that have swung helmets, and that it hasn't been this drastic of a thing. But this was on primetime TV between two rivals in a situation where there was a little bit of a fight and then no fight. So every camera, every eye was already on it, and it was 2 prominent guys. It wasn't just 2 linemen. Nobody knows. I don't know. It's funny to me to see Cleveland Brown fans double down on it in a way. Like, us, like Pittsburgh people, were like, okay, you're an idiot. Like, you tried to kill a dude with a helmet. And so Browns fans had been scrambling to find out why. And then this came up, and it's like, oh, there it is. So you guys are wrong. I'm like, I don't care who's right or wrong. But I do want to touch back on Josh. I think you had more to point out in your scenario.
Well, it was kind of backing up your point. It's like, yeah, you can hear Marquise Pouncey slip a fart on a 4th and 1, then why haven't we seen the footage mic'd up?
And
Pouncey said it didn't happen. Like, it just, I don't know.
Yeah, but Pouncey's going to protect his guy.
Yeah.
Against the N-word?
Yeah, because, like, how many guys backed Kaepernick?
I think those are different situations, very much so.
Yeah.
They are, but it's also the same idea that it would embarrass the
People,
league.
Oh, I don't think it's about embarrassing the league. I think that's about a white privileged individual using the N-word.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I understand what you're saying. Like, he's not going to go out there and be like blah blah blah. But Pouncey also said that him and Mason had a conversation. Like, I stand by him. He never said it. That's BS. I don't know. It's very gray.
I mean, like the NFL also came out and said that, you know, they went through all the footage, they went through all the audio, and like they didn't find anything.
But I don't trust the NFL saying that.
Yeah, so I mean, so it's basically whether you trust the NFL saying that there was no audio of that situation, and like maybe it did happen, maybe it didn't happen, but there's no audio that we could determine that, or Myles Garrett saying he definitely called me the N-word.
Right.
Yeah. Oh well. I honestly, I'm just happy that they, like I was before everything got back. I was happy that they just finally did it, but of course they're going to do it in the hush-hush of the offseason. I still stand by, if they wanted this to never happen again, they would have banned him from the league and had him file for reinstatement.
Yeah.
Because next time someone does this and they do kill a guy, they're going to be like, well, it's only 6 games. Like, it was Tom Brady. He deserved to die.
Can you imagine that? Like, can you like imagine that happening? Like,
no.
I do like, though, that cheating to win a Super Bowl is only 2 games less bad than trying to kill somebody with a helmet. That's pretty awesome. All right.
But a bounty gate is a whole season for a coach.
Right. All right. The NBA All-Star Game is this weekend. I don't know anything about this.
Well, we'll go through the four different main segments. So there's the Rising Stars game.
mm-hmm.
There is I guess we could talk about the skills competition too in the 3-point contest, but let's do Rising Stars first, Mac. So basically, Josh, it's USA versus the world for the Rising Stars.
Love
USA
that.
Roster is Miles Bridges from Charlotte, Wendell Carter Jr. from Chicago, Devontae Graham, Tyler Hero from Miami, John Morant, Kendrick Nunn from Miami, Zion Williamson and Trae Young. And then the world roster.
Zion's played 5 games.
He already is Rookie of the Year.
Are you kidding?
He's played 10 games, I think. I saw
Still.
something.
Dude,
His numbers are ridiculous.
Zion has no one has ever been so quickly integrated into an offense and successful. He put up 30 the other night.
All right, so these are his first 10 games.
Yes.
22 points, 15 points, 21 points, 14 points, 24 points, 21 points, 20 points, 21 points, 31 points, 32 points.
Can you see his rebounds just out of curiosity?
Yes, his rebounds right next to it. 7, 6, 11, 9, 6, 10, 7, 4, 9, 6.
Can you go for his 3-point percentage?
No, I don't have that.
You idiot. But no, dude, obviously that's a stance that, like, John Morant is Rookie of the Year right now. It's just that Zion has proven that he clearly deserved the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
But just to get it out of there, the world roster, DeAndre Ayton, RJ Barrett, Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Ryu Hachimura, who I love, and Moritz Wagner. So for one of the first times, I think the most interesting name in this entire bunch is Luka Doncic.
Yeah.
Like an MVP
100%.
candidate in the U.S. versus World game, Rising Stars.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of excited to see. So, like, since that draft, it's kind of always been Luka, Trae Young, like, you know, who made out better in that trade. So that's gonna be an interesting matchup, Luka and Trae Young. Since, I mean, then there's this whole speculation around Trae Young getting basically snubbed from the Team USA roster. So having those two go back and forth in the Rising Stars game, nonetheless.
Who do you think won the trade?
I mean, like, you can't deny what Luka's been doing for Dallas. I mean, he's an MVP candidate people said that, it'd take him a little while to come around, transitioning from the game overseas to the game here. He's still really young, but he's kind of defied all of those odds. But then there's also Trae Young on the other side of things, who's scoring-wise has been just as good. I mean, he's putting up, ridiculous numbers.
Did you think he would be this good, Trae Young?
I thought so. I mean, he's a scorer. I mean, he's a baller. He's going to go out and he's going to kill you on the court. And he can score from pretty much anywhere. He's got that mentality. So, I mean, I kind of had a feeling that he would be good. I didn't know Luka was going to be this good, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'll be straight up there. I figured that he'd be pretty solid. But, I mean, to be an MVP candidate in your second year, putting out the numbers that he's putting up, I think he's kind of performing above and beyond expectations.
So then we transition to the 2020, which, I mean, I don't know, Mac, if you saw on Slack. Oh, no, you did. Josh, you're the one I don't know if you saw on Slack. Having benchers over tomorrow night to create some draft day YouTube videos and stuff, and we'll probably watch this.
On Valentine's Day.
No, tomorrow.
Oh, I'm so sorry. All right.
You're okay. Poor Anastasia.
No.
Anyways, you assumed that our entire group of bloggers has girlfriends. Silly Josh. So then next we get to the 2020 Taco Bell Skills Challenge. Giannis Sabonis, Spencer Dinwiddie, Pascal Siakam, Bam Adebayo, Patrick Beverly, Chris Middleton, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and then my player to win it is Jason Tatum of the Celtics.
That's the Skills Challenge?
Yeah, it's a big man year, bro.
I was you were reading off some of those names. It was like Pascal Siakam,
Adebayo, Chris Middleton, Domantas Sabonis, Spencer Dinwiddie. These aren't little guys. Just so you know, Josh, these are forwards.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm super and Gilgeous-Alexander replaced Derrick Rose.
Okay.
But man, these are big dudes.
I thought Pat Beverly was gonna be in it too, but I guess not.
Pat Beverly's there.
Oh, he is? Okay.
Yeah.
He's my guy.
But it's always
that's
been
really interesting. That's really interesting.
So Spencer Dinwiddie won it in 18.
He's a guard. Yeah, he's a shooting guard.
Kristaps Porzingis in 17, Karl Anthony Towns in 16, and then Jason Tatum last year in 19. But before that, it was all guards.
Yeah. That should be interesting. Pascal Siakam. That should be interesting.
Yeah. And then we get over to I don't know if it's my favorite, because I guess there's still you still got to talk about the dunk competition. But I want to get into –
isn't what it is anymore. I don't like it.
No, well, Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon revitalized. That was arguably the greatest dunk competition of all time, and that is with Michael Jordan's in consideration. Okay. But the Mountain Dew three-point contest.
Yes.
So you have – Davis Bertans from Washington, Devin Booker from Phoenix, Devontae Graham, Charlotte, Joe Harris from Brooklyn, Buddy Hield, Sacramento, very excited about him, Zach LaVine, Chicago, Duncan Robinson, Miami, and Trae Young, Atlanta. Who are you picking, Mac?
My boy D-Book. Devin Booker.
I love Devin Booker.
He's my guy.
He's an all-star now because of
I know.
Dame's injury.
Deserves it. He should have been on the first roster.
Yikes.
He should have been.
For this one, dude.
7 points.
I don't know. I'm gonna go Buddy Hield. There's something about not picking the favorite that always works out in the three-point contest.
Is Buddy Hield the favorite?
No, I'm saying not picking the favorite.
Okay.
I would assume Trae Young or Devin Booker are the favorites. What was that noise?
I don't think Devin Booker would be considered the favorite.
Devin Booker's one of the best players in the league.
So? Doesn't mean he's one of the best three-point shooters in the league.
Okay, let me rephrase my statement.
Two completely
Devin Booker's
different
one of the
things.
best three-point shooters in the league.
Two completely different things. He's got more of a mid-range game.
You just said he was your guy, and now you're being a sellout. What'd you say, Josh?
He's not. He's not even in the top 10.
Yeah, he is. He's a top 10 scorer in the league.
Scorer, but not
He's
three-point shooter.
Scorer.
Who are the top? Give me the top five, Josh.
George Hill, JJ Redick. Oh man. Now I know how you guys feel when you pronounce hockey names.
Is there
Nemanja Bjelica?
What are you reading?
From Rugrats?
Doug Merdaunt, Duncan Robinson, Chris Middleton.
Is there a minimum number of shots? Because I don't think George Hill has taken that many threes.
67. I see that now. Okay. I just have percentage.
I'm not laughing. I'm laughing at the website.
Let me look at Okay, so James Harden has taken the most. Who were we arguing over? Duncan Robinson?
Devin Booker.
Devin Booker. Still not in the top 10.
For most taken?
In attempts, yeah.
Okay.
He's not a three-point shooter. He's not like a known. He's a mid-range guy.
Is Devin Booker a 3-point shooter? Okay, Google says yes.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. So, anyways, all right, and then let's get over to the dunk contest. Dwight Howard, who I'm excited is back. Aaron Gordon, thank God he's back. Derrick Jones Jr., who throws down. And then shout out to the white people, Pat Connaughton.
He was in it last year, wasn't he?
I think so.
Yeah. Derrick Jones Jr., I think, takes it home. 100%.
Yeah, dude's got hops. He's
100%.
insane. I'm personally just excited to see a big man back in it named Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
Because he's been having a good year.
That would be fun to see Dwight Howard back in it. I mean, you remember back in the day, didn't Nate Robinson jump over him one year?
So Nate Robinson did the kryptonite to his Superman, which was a great dunk contest.
It was good.
And then, so who you said you're picking Derrick Jones Jr.?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Aaron Gordon. Just hops to, creativity. And then we get to the actual All-Star game. Team Giannis versus Team LeBron. Did you watch the draft, Mac?
A little bit, yeah.
I thought it was interesting that they didn't do it live the first year, but they've done it live every other year, which I think is awesome.
Yeah. I think I don't know if you saw the clips that came out. I think it was coming down to the last three guys, and James Harden was still around. And Giannis didn't pick James Harden because he said he wanted someone that was going to pass the ball.
Yeah, I love it. But yeah, it's LeBron, Anthony Davis, Luka Doncic, James Harden, Kawhi Leonard are the starters for Team LeBron, and then Team Giannis is Joel Embiid, Pascal Siakam, Kemba Walker, and Trae Young. Which, if you don't pick Team LeBron there,
yeah, 100%.
I know all the names on Team LeBron. That's all you need to know.
True. I like Team Giannis, but Team LeBron is too good.
Yeah, they're stacked.
Yeah, so I'm taking them as well. But I'm excited for All-Star Weekend, man. I think it's going to be good.
Yes, sir.
Let me just wrap this up. So Zion went 4 for 11 in 3 points in his first 10 games. So he's shooting at a 36% from behind the arc.
Sexy.
He's
for a big guy,
you
take that.
Yeah, 100%.
GMJR of the Pittsburgh Penguins has traded Alex Galchenyuk, a junior player and a first draft pick in the 2020 draft, for Jason Zucker of
Berg.
Wild.
Zuckerberg.
In his first game, the day after he got traded, he had 0 points in the game, played every shift with Sidney Crosby, and had a little bit of power play time. Did anybody get to see the debut of Zuckerberg in the Berg?
No, but when he hits people, he should say, "Welcome to Facebook." Zuckerberg. Get out of my space, Tom.
All right, next topic.
Do you think they gave up too much?
No.
Because Jim Rutherford didn't I don't know. I was listening to the fan, and they said he didn't seem happy about it, but Zucker was his guy for 3 years now.
So you're not giving up too much for a number of reasons. First off, again, that the juniors kid isn't going to play in the next 3 years.
Yes.
So
he is tiny.
Your window is closed. It's slammed shut by that point. And the draft pick, you're not going to end up the way they're playing right now. You're not going to end up with a top 5 draft pick. And the draft this year is pretty top heavy. So you're not getting a player that can contribute right away with that draft pick either.
Yeah.
So trade it, sign your college free agents, which have made you brilliant and rich and winners the entire time. And then, I'd trade the next 3 drafts, the top 2 rounds, you can just shuttle those out if it means we get at least one more cup, if not more.
So basically just throw away longevity for instant success in the next couple.
You have the chance to be the New England Patriots of hockey.
Okay. I mean, I can see that. Talents like Crosby and Malkin don't come around too often, and they're kind of inching towards the end of their careers.
And
So.
to have them on the same team,
Yeah.
you can't. And then to have done so good at signing free agents and drafting with later picks, where right now your roster is better or as good as any other roster in the league.
Yeah.
Like, they have more legitimate goal-scoring threats on this roster than they've had since, 2013.
Yeah.
And you get Gensel back.
And you get a 40 goal scorer back at the beginning of the playoffs.
That would be nuts.
It's going to be nuts. And if Jake Gensel
doesn't
rehabs the way he plays, he will be at full speed by the time that starts.
Do Gensel and Zucker play the same position?
No.
And they'll move Zucker to second line, right? No. Consistently. No?
So Zucker is there's very few players that can do this with any type of regularity, but Zucker is one of the players that can switch between right and left wing. He's left-handed. So putting him on the left wall means that his stick's against the boards. Yeah. So if you want him to be an active shooter, which they probably do, you want him on the right side. However, because Jake Gensel plays the right side, you would obviously put Gensel back there. However, Zucker's speed and give and go ability is better than any other player on the roster. For example, right now the top give and go guy is Dominic Simoneau.
That's ugly.
Right. So now and if he's playing on the left side, in theory, you have even better setup because Sid makes that initial pass to spring Zucker and Gensel the other way. Mm-hmm. Zucker drives hard to the net with speed. Gensel gets to be the late trailer, find the soft space, and then Zucker dishes it off back to Gensel. And, Jake Gensel from the slot doesn't miss very often. So
if the Pens don't win a cup, it's a disappointment.
If they don't make the conference finals this year, it's a disappointment.
Cup or bust.
I can't say cup or bust because I don't know what our blue line's going to look like. Oh. If Marino comes back with enough time for him to settle in, yeah, it's cup or bust. But if you're trying to win this without Marino, it's just not going to happen. Zuckerberg. So, but I did like his game. He played very well for a guy that, to his own credit, said he lost his hands. They got lost on the flight.
Well, he got traded and played the next day, right?
Even shorter time window. He was literally 24 hours out from his trade at the end of the second period.
Yeah, to be completely honest, I don't that first game for me is, I'm not going to say it's a wash, but
right.
Thanks for it's like when you don't have enough guys to play Pisa pickup and somebody's there and you're like, hey, sorry that you already played 3 games and you're tired, but thanks for helping us out there. Right? It's just the benefit of him being really good and we get him forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. The 3 years is also why Jim Rutherford didn't overpay. He gets him for 2 more seasons, which is, the reason the Penguins won back-to-back cups is because they didn't have any turnover on their roster from point A to point B. So
Zuckerberg.
All right.
Zuckerberg.
Antonio Brown.
Oh, God.
This guy has – we've done 4 of these shows.
Whole lot of money.
We've done 4 of these shows, and this guy's been a topic 3 times.
That's why I said, oh, God.
It's nuts.
Do you want to talk about the apology? You want to talk about him hating Juju? You want to talk about him fighting Logan Paul? Do you want to talk about him kind of not being an idiot and
there's
to get back in the league?
There's so much stuff with him that's going on that it's kind of hard not to pick something that's I don't even know how to say it. Totally just kind of out of this world. I don't think he ends up fighting Logan Paul because it's just stupid. Like, what if he goes out and gets knocked out by Logan Paul?
He
Like,
would.
he's not getting
would.
signed by any NFL team. And you have the whole AB, like, you have the whole Big Ben apology, which is like, I don't even know what he's trying to accomplish there because
He
AB,
He's
sounds
trying to
like
get
an
back into it.
ex-girlfriend.
huh?
Exactly. He's trying to get back into a relationship that he was the toxic boyfriend. And he's like,
Yeah.
don't you see how good we were?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I guess I left you in a Walmart and drove away and then cheated on you. But like when the good times were good, they were good.
Come on, baby. Take me back, Big Ben. Meanwhile, Big Ben's over there just worried whether or not he's even going to be able to play next season.
He's literally at West Virginia games wearing the Mounties helmet.
See the
Right.
beard? The beard.
He said he's not going to shave it until he can play again. So
Beard.
he's going to have a
Holy
beard for the rest of
cow.
his life.
Jeez.
So does Antonio Brown play football again?
In the XFL?
They don't want him.
They don't want him.
Are you kidding?
I
They've
swear.
tweeted they
Yeah.
jumped on the AB fandom bandwagon early and said, we don't want you. Don't come crawling to us, AB. Which
Yeah.
like it's a combination of them just trying to become social media relevant, but
Yep.
also like, all right, you idiots, you just turned down the best player that will ever play in the XFL if he decided he wanted to.
Now Quentin Flowers plays for the Vipers. Hashtag start Q. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. Like, you got to think the guy plays football again, though. That's too much talent.
I mean, it just depends. I mean, honestly, like a team has to take a chance on him first because
Right.
there's still the whole investigation out there, and like, because the NFL is not going to do anything with the investigation until someone actually like tries to sign him. Because right now he's still on the commissioner's list.
What are the chances Cleveland tries to sign him?
Honestly, 0 because they no longer have John Dorsey as their GM.
Oh, okay.
If Dorsey was still there, Dorsey's the guy that like he brought back Kareem Hunt. He takes chances on guys. The Browns and their new GM, and they're going to try to stay so clean that it, like especially with the Myles Garrett stuff going on, they're going to try to like. If Dorsey was still there, I'd be like, that's happening, and now they have the greatest wide receiver core we've ever seen.
The greatest wide receiver core with a snail attempting to throw them the ball.
Yeah, with a guy that is the body shape of a gentleman that goes to buy riding mowers on a Tuesday morning.
Can we talk about him getting busted or called out by that girl?
Baker?
What?
Yeah. Did you not hear about this?
Nope.
So some girl came out on Twitter and said that she performed fellatio on Baker Mayfield behind a cheesecake factory like 2 towns over in Ohio.
What?
He was using a burner Snapchat account to like get like a side piece, and like he got this chick to come and hook up with him.
I have not heard this story yet.
Yeah.
You're doing research, Deke?
Yeah, her name's Casey Dingness, so interesting name.
I thought of Mike Nicolazzo when I read that last name.
I drove all the way to
Dingness?
Westlake. It was like behind Cheesecake Factory at some development parking lot. I got in the front and he said, "Are we doing this or not?" Dingness told Rover's Morning Glory. After I left, he texted me, "You are actually a really cool person, but you can't say anything like it'll ruin my career." And then she said, "Oh boy, I got some tea to spill now" on Twitter because Baker blocked her.
Correct.
And a second woman called in saying she also hooked up with Baker.
Oh, jeez.
One day I ended up going to Westlake Crocker Park. Should be Cocker Park for this one. I think the same as the other girl. It was the first parking lot. His Range Rover pulls up, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, that's him, the caller said. Then we had a conversation, same as the other girl. It moved to the back seat. We got down to business. Many users on social were shocked by Dingness's revelation. Stop having sex with football players just because they're football players. And football players, stop using your football player prowess to have intercourse. Everybody just stop having intercourse with everybody. Why is everybody having
Baker.
Why is everyone
I'm
just
gonna
having
clip
sex?
that and gonna put it up on Instagram for Happy Valentine's Day. Everyone stop having sex.
Everyone
with
stop
everybody.
having sex with each other.
Baker, what are you doing, man?
Baker, boner maker. Like, what do you mean, man? This is what he does.
But
God,
his
dude, that team
wife
is
is
such a
hot. Like it's not like I don't understand, man.
Well,
Get
it's
your shit
literally him
together.
being like, all right, well, guess what? My life sucks because I suck at football now, so everyone's going to leave me. I'm going to go get drunk at Cheesecake Factory. Boom, Tinder. Boom, story. That's it.
I think
Ping.
that Drake needs to reshoot Child's Play now with Baker. That's the why you always got to fight with me at Cheesecake. You know I love to go there. He needs to reshoot that video.
He is friends with Baker, so I'm not saying that he stole things from his life to make a song, but it sounds like he stole things from his life to make a song.
No, because Baker wasn't in the NFL yet when that song came out.
No.
That song's from 2016.
He was still friends with Baker before that.
You think Baker Mayfield has been using the franchise of the Cheesecake Factory as his cover-up spot for affairs?
I think that he's always loved Cheesecake, and he got in a fight there, and Drake's like, yo, that's lit. And then now Baker's using Cheesecake as his place to get revenge because he loves it so much.
Either way, if
This conversation
Baker-
just went off the rails.
Baker Mayfield needs to be sponsored by the Cheesecake Factory.
God, no, on a real note, I can't stand what Baker Mayfield has become, and I think he sucks.
Yeah.
So yeah, AB, does he ever play in the league, Mac?
I think at some point someone's got to give him a shot. To be honest, at some point.
He's hoping the Bills do.
No, I don't want that toxicity in Buffalo. We don't need it. We don't need it. I don't care how good he is. We don't need it.
I just find it really interesting that he's still taking shots at Juju, but he's like apologizing to Ben. It's like punching your brother in the back of the head as you're asking your mom for forgiveness.
Yep.
It's like he's going from Tom Brady to Big Ben. He loved Tom Brady. Now he loves Big Ben again.
He'll love anybody that'll throw him a ball for money. Oh, I love you, Ryan Fitzpatrick.
How much do you think we have to pay him to catch balls from Greg Malik?
Right now, $100 because he broke.
Let's go.
He doesn't have a whole lot of money.
No, just not a whole
He's
lot
on the
of money.
cameo.
But like
Or
on
furniture.
on another note, like the Logan Paul diss track that came out about Antonio Brown
Incredible.
was actually pretty good.
It's
He makes some
incredible.
beats. He makes
Like,
bangers.
it was
Man.
actually pretty good.
He makes bangers for kids in college chugging beers on steroids.
I have never been so happy with a diss track. Maybe
By
except for
YouTube,
Drake.
What's better, this or no Vaseline?
Oh. I still think this, believe it or not.
Oh, God.
Because it's just so ridiculous. Like, the whole thing is just like pro wrestling in real life. That's really what it is.
Yep.
It's John Cena versus Brock Lesnar feud circa 2007.
Agreed.
Word life.
All right, what's next, Josh?
Finally, will the GOAT return home to the pastures of New England, or will he look for greener grass on the other side to finish off his career?
So we did touch on this a little bit from the blog perspective.
That was a baller intro.
That was a great intro.
Baller
good.
intro.
That
Good
was
job,
good.
Josh. Congratulations. For me personally, I think he's going to price himself in the market, and then the Patriots are going to pay him just that.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's what it is. I mean, like I said at the beginning of the show, I can't see him in a different jersey. Like, I honestly can't. And I don't think he can either. Other than the fact that, like, he sold his house in New England. There's all this speculation that he wants to move south or, like, to LA or something. And I think that's why he's tied to the Chargers so much. I think I didn't mention this before. I think the Raiders would be like him going to Las Vegas.
They said they would do it.
Would be an interesting angle as well.
Giselle would open underwear things in every single casino.
Yeah.
Tom Brady nightclubs.
I like Minnesota because he can win. I think he still wants to win. If he just wanted to get paid, he would stay in New England.
He might just want to get paid, to be
The
honest.
Raiders
Oh,
do it.
really?
He might just want – I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, he definitely wants to win, but I wouldn't be surprised if
The Raiders are a Jerry Jeudy or a CeeDee Lamb away from, like, wild
being
card.
dangerous. Yeah.
But is Tom Brady a wild card quarterback?
Yeah, but I'm saying wild
What's
card
this
because
year?
they're in the same division as Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a wild card quarterback this year.
Man. Oh, see. All right. Here's what I want. Here's what I really want. Wherever he goes, I want him squaring off with one of his rivals at least twice a year.
Yeah.
So
like Josh Allen?
Yeah.
I was going to say it, but I wanted to wait.
Josh Allen does not have the prowess of being the
Do you mean like Ryan Fitzpatrick?
They would have
great passing quarterback.
They would have beat the Patriots this year if Josh Allen didn't get knocked out in the fourth quarter.
Sounds like a little
I'm right there with you. Okay, just like calm down. Your tables are shaking in your house.
He got cheap shotted.
They're very concerned.
He got cheap shotted.
Matt, just be happy that you can say you're a Bills fan in public again. Okay,
Yeah.
Just take your naps.
I've always been a voice. I've always.
Did you see it? Josh, did you see it? Did you see it? In the bottom corner of your screen, Brody just went.
He just popped his head up.
Just started licking the air. He went.
He just popped his head up.
Also a Bills fan. Also a Bills
Big
fan.
Bills fan. Put Brody through at the table.
You go, Brody. You go, Brody. They would have beat the Patriots in the early parts of the season, though, if it wasn't for. I'm going to stick with this. If it wasn't for Josh Allen getting knocked, they almost won with Matt Barkley.
It's the same thing as saying the Steelers would have won the Super Bowl if Big Ben was healthy, because there's no way to prove it false.
True, very true. I'm okay with that.
They would have lost to the Bills in the conference final. But that's what I would like. I would like to see him face off either against like Patty Mahomes, or
Josh Allen,
or
Ryan
it would be
Fitzpatrick.
sweet. It'd be sweet if he went to like. I mean, I know Eli retired, but like if he went to Philly or Dallas and had to play Eli twice a year, that'd be awesome. Like I want some TV like sick promos out of this. Like the GOAT leaves New England to face off against Aaron Rodgers and the Packers.
The GOAT should go to Miami, and then play the Patriots twice a year.
It'd be funny if you went inside the AFC East, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
But he
loves Robert Kraft too much to do that.
He's not going to Buffalo. He's not going to Buffalo. We know this.
They are very much in love with their quarterback there.
Looks good in shorts.
Speaking of, this isn't on topic. This could be the last thing we talk about today because I know we're going long. How is it that the Bills Mafia loves Terry Pegula and the Sabres Mafia hates Terry Pegula?
The Sabres hate him?
Yep.
Wasn't aware.
Sabres fans are like in rage with Terry Pegula because yet again, the Sabres are going to miss the playoffs. Despite the fact of having arguably the MVP of the league, Jack Eichel, and a bunch of other like really good players.
Well, there's just so much promise for the Buffalo Bills, and the Sabres, I feel like, missed their window of like.
I mean, the Sabres have been like, they were really bad like 2 or 3 years ago, and they've slowly been improving. So like,
but they really haven't. That's the thing. They got Eichel, and then they've stayed exactly the same since they've gotten Eichel.
They haven't really made any major moves. I know that. I don't really pay attention to the Sabres too much.
Well, they signed Jeff Skinner, and then they drafted Ramas Dahlin. Like they have a good team, but for whatever reason, they don't have all of the pieces they need to even make the playoffs. Like Columbus literally has nobody, and they're in a wild card spot.
Yeah.
It's just really interesting how one man can be so beloved in the same city, can be so beloved by one of his teams he owns and hated by the other team.
Well, I mean, it's been 2-3 years ago, the Bills broke the 17-year playoff drought.
True.
And they go back to the playoffs this year. So, like, the Bills are slowly upticking. And the Sabres haven't had success in a long, long time.
No, really.
Long time.
Not since they had that one guy.
There's a lot of one guys.
Do you mean
I can't think of his
Anaheim
name.
Ducks backup goalie Ryan Miller?
No, if he was good, he'd start.
You mean Dominic Hasek?
No, if he was good, he'd still be playing.
Yep, you're right.
Thank you.
He's a GOAT.
Okay, well that's
Dominic Hasek is a GOAT.
That's it for this episode.
Good, because Mac just said stupid things.
Why?
Have you
Now I'm
ever
the
heard
cashier.
of Martin Bradier?
I'm gonna end the conversation right there.
Walk away. All right. Thank you for watching Morning Thoughts. We will see you guys next week if everyone wakes up.